Hi there, folks. It's Mike from Defending 2A. Yes, right. Defending the Second Amendment. It was given to us by our forefathers, and people are still trying to take it away. First off, I want to say thank you to the sheriffs for Virginia who are saying they are not going to support the new law get put in effect by their Governor Abigail. It's unconstitutional. They know it. So thank you for one saying that. Do not lose your job over that. I know it's worth losing your job over, trust me, but I'd rather have you in there not really wanting to support this thing than somebody who's gung-ho and supporting this thing because it's all wrong. But that's just my little side note there. Today I'm going to talk about something different. Today I'm going to talk about the great governor from California, Gavin Newsom. That's right. Gavin Newsom is the governor of California. And if you don't know about gun violence in California, they have a lot of restrictions, a lot of tight things. They try to lock down everything about guns, and they are the highest rated mass killing state in the country. All right, so let's put that out there first. All right, so Governor Gavin Newsom has wanted to put in Amendment 28 into effect, into our Constitution of the United States. Another amendment. Amendments aren't bad. Always. All right. He's got 5 different things he wants to include on this thing. Number 1, universal background check. He wants it a mandate that undergo background checks. In other words, he wants to have written down every single gun you buy. I have a problem with that. You can ask Australia, you can ask England. They started off doing that, and then they used the list to go get your guns. All right? You don't need to have a universal background check. You can have a normal background check, but you don't need a sophisticated database that shows every person has every gun and stuff like that. All right? Number 2, they want to raise the minimum age, he does, in his proposal, for buying a firearm from 18 to 21. Now, I know some 18-year-olds who I would not trust with a gun, but I know some 18-year-olds who I very much would trust with a gun. It's not an age thing. It's your reasonability thing. However, an 18-year-old can join the service, go overseas to Iran or Iraq or whatever other place you want to be. You give it a machine gun, one that's 20 times more capable of killing than an AR. And they can have that, but they can't buy a gun here in the United States. They're good enough to defend our country, but they're not good enough to buy their own gun. Come on, folks. Where's your common sense? That doesn't make sense. That's like telling somebody that, yeah, you're good enough to drive an Indy 500 car, but you're not good enough to get your license to drive. Oh, come on. Use reasonable sense here. They're old enough to defend their country. They're old enough to be shooting and killing and getting shot at, but you don't want them to have a gun? Come on. Waiting period for purchasing a gun. Waiting period, reasonable, as they say. Reasonable. Cooling off periods. Okay, you should be able to, real quick. Do you have any felonies? Do you have any history of mental illness? No. Here's your gun. Go enjoy it. Use it wisely. Train properly. Again, I'm very adamant about if you have a gun, please train. Because in the middle of the night, at 2 o'clock in the morning, is not the time to figure out, hey, how do I flip off this safety real quick? Hey, how do I rack this thing again? Hey, this thing jammed. How do I get this thing unjammed? Can you tell the intruder, hey, please give me 1 minute. Let me fix this. And then I'll get back to you. No, you don't have that time. You got to have that all muscle memory. And because your adrenaline's going to be flowing, you're going to be like super hyped, stuff like that. You just got to make sure that you operate that gun in a safe, strategic way. It's got to be safe. All right? Like your finger's not on the trigger until you're ready to pull it, right? That's one of the key things. Anyway, bye. Now, here's a good one. Ban on assault weapons. Of course, if you go by Virginia, Ruger 1022 is an assault weapon because it has 10 rounds. That's dangerous. The Ruger 1022, folks. It's not that dangerous. Ban on assault weapons is against the Constitution. Now, he states in his little video thing that, oh boy, this is so good, that, anyway, he put on his little video thing about our forefathers had no idea that the AR-15 would be around. No idea. Well, you know what? Their forefathers probably didn't know exactly what was going on, but they knew it was going to develop more. That's why the Second Amendment does not say you have a right to bear muskets, all right? It's bear arms. They knew there was going to be technology changes. They knew. But the main thing is you've got to protect yourself. And one of the things you've got to protect yourself is from a tyrant government, our own. They're not talking about a foreign country coming in. I mean, sure, you got to defend yourself against that too, but you got to defend against the United States. If our government goes crazy and all of a sudden they start doing things, we got to stop them. It's our job, all right? And then they want state and local regulations that they can invoke whatever ones they want. So where recently all these different states are putting in all these rules, including Virginia, and the Supreme Court says, nay, 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 that's not the Second Amendment. All of a sudden he wants this in here, so all the states, they can lock him down and do that. So let me ask you a question. We have rules that say they're out there. They ban all assault weapons. They're banned. All right. Then next thing you know, they're going to go for the shotguns and the pistols and everything like that because they don't want you to have anything. Because, you know, a gun laying on a table could jump up and kill somebody. Not. But they want you to ban all that stuff. Well, who's going to stop the bad guy coming in my house if I don't have a gun? They have a gun because you know why? They're bad guys. They don't play by the rules. If they played by the rules, they wouldn't be breaking your house in the first place. There is a rule, there's a law that says you cannot break in people's houses. If they break into my house, they're breaking that one. So why wouldn't they have a gun? All right? And you have more guns in this country than you have people in this country. There's a lot of guns. You're not going to be able to get rid of them all. And so if all the legal citizens who do the right thing don't have them no more, that means the only one that has them are the bad guys, all right? And I don't want to live in that world. So my gun stays with me, all right? So here we go again. Let's stop and think. Now, Gavin Newsom, I am not saying he is a horrible person and everything he's done in California, same thing he did with Abigail in Virginia. Not everything she did in that office is wrong. The abortion one's wrong and the gun one's wrong, but some other ones she did was good. I haven't done complete reference on Gavin Newsom. I definitely don't agree with him on a lot of different things, but I'm not saying he's 100% bad. And because I'm a Christian, I have to love him because Jesus died for him as much as Jesus died for me. So that's just a little side thing. But it doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that comes out of his mouth, and that doesn't mean I hate him, okay? Just because I disagree with him doesn't mean I hate him. Now, if I lived in California, oh, heaven forbid, but if I lived in California, would I have voted for him? Not a chance. I want a conservative. Somebody that leaves me my rights. Because unless the police is camping at my front door, I can't wait for 911 to come in to protect me because it's too late, all right? They're in my house. I have to do it. And my family, I'm the man of the house. It's my job to protect and provide, all right? And I stand up for that right. I practiced twice this last weekend, which is great. Oh, I loved practicing. Once was on rifles, once was on pistols. I just loved to practice. It was good. Anyway, we can't let this go. So make sure that you stop and try to talk to them intelligently. The main one is if you ban all the guns and all the good guys don't have guns, who's going to have the guns then? It's only going to be the bad guys. And how am I supposed to protect myself from bad guys if they have guns and I don't? It's simple. My gun and my house and my family. My family. So, anyway, It's not too long of a video. I appreciate you guys listening. And you know what? God bless you guys. Thank you.